Hello, welcome back to the part 4 of our series on creating a custom review system using JetEngine. The case scenario we are going to consider in this part 4 is how we can calculate the number of reviews which, let's say for example, a post author have posted on the website. The example we've been following is a rental website that's like Airbnb, where hosts post the properties for other people to book. Now, let's assume that a host has, let's say, more than 2 to 3 properties posted on the website, and those properties have received several reviews. We want to see how we can collate the number of reviews by that the number of reviews on those post types by that post author and show them on the post author profile page. Also, we want to be able to calculate the total average review that falls into such post author. I would like to implore you to support my channel. If you've benefited so far from watching any of my tutorials, it will really help grow the channel. So subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and if you have any comment, leave it in the comment section of this video. And if you are generous enough to help support further, you can use buy me a coffee link in the description of this video. And now that by the way, let's get started. Let's show you what we have. We are going to make some adjustment to our review custom content type structure, also the form for collecting the reviews. First of all, I'll go to JetEngine, then go to custom content type. I'm going to edit our review. In previous tutorial, I made use of the Balirento website theme, but for the continuation, I'm making use of this MedSpace Renter website. It's still the same thing we are doing, so just follow along. So I'm going to edit the CCT for collecting reviews. Then I'm going to scroll down to the meta feeds. Then I'm going to add one more meta feed. So I'm going to call it med. I'm going to call it MedSpace author ID. So you can give it a befitting name for yours to collect the ID for the post author, or you can just name it post author ID for yours. So it's going to be a number feed, and that's what I need to do here. Then let me scroll down and include it on the admin column. Then I update custom content type. I'm going to go to Jet Form Builder to access the form for collecting our review. So I'm going to click on Edit. On the form, I'm going to bring in a new feed. It's going to be a hidden feed. The field is going to be current post author ID, and that's just it. I'm going to come to Jet Form tab here, then go to the post submit action, click on edit, then I make sure that the author ID is matched to the MedSpace author ID that I created, and that's just it. I'm going to update. Then I go back to our dashboard. When we check our review CCT list, you see that for the post author ID, we have it as empty. That's because these reviews were already submitted before we made the addition we just made. So let me leave a review for one of the posts, and you see what we've done is working. Let me just an example I'm already following. I'm going to use this med space, this property. Then I'm going to, let's say, click here and leave a review. I'm going, let's say, not so exceptional. Let me submit review. So the review has been submitted. Now, if I reload this, our custom content type table, you see the post author ID is showing. So I'll have to manually edit this and impute the post author ID so that we can use it for what we want to use it for. So I'll quickly do it and get back to you. All right. I've manually input the post author ID who published this mail space on the website. Now you see that the same post ID belong to this same post author, and this post ID has received some ratings. The same author also owns this post, and this 614 post has also received some ratings as well. With that being said, I'm going to go to JetEngine to create our query, which we will use to calculate the average review that the post that user as a post author on the website has received, and also the number of the total rating that user has received as well. So I'm going to add new, and I'm going to say average review rating for user post post author, right? So this is going to be a SQL query. Now I'm going to scroll down. From table is going to be the Jet CCT review. That's our review. Then where clause is going, the column is going to be the post author. In my own case, mail space author ID. Compare equal value. In this case, instead of object ID for current context, is going to be post author ID. Type is going to be numeric. Then I'm going to scroll down and group results. I'm going to group by the post author ID. Then I scroll down. I don't need to do anything here. I don't need those. Include column. I only want to include for the post author ID. Then include calculated column. I'm going to add a new column and say the column mail space author ID. Function is going to be custom. I'm going to define our formula here. So I'm going to go back to the dashboard and copy the formula from previous query that we've done. I'm going to go to JetEngine, come to Query Builder. Then I look for this query, total average SQL query for current post type. I'm going to click on Edit. I'm going to scroll down to the formula. I need to copy all of this. Copy, and I'll paste it here. So it's going to calculate all the average review rating for this post author. That's all I need to do. I'm going to add query. So let's go to our post single page and use the query we've just done. If I scroll down to the post author about brief, you see that the rating here is the same as the post rating, but I want this rating to be the total average rating the author has received based on the total post he has on the website. So I'm just going to click on it. I've already set this beforehand, so I'm just going to click on this. Click on the spanner icon, go to the function, and make sure I'm selecting from the latest query we just created. That's the average review rating for user, post, author. I'm going to select the mesh space. So you see that the total average rating for this author who has some post on the website is 4.61. So let's preview. Let me update and we'll preview this page. So like as I said, we have the review for the post, then we have the average review for the user who is a post author on this website. Let's say I click on this user, and let's say we go to the user profile, we'll see that this user has posted about 7 medical space on the website. What we are going to do next is to calculate the number of total reviews that this user has as a post author on the website. To do that, we're going to go back to our query builder. So I'm going to click on query builder. I'll click on add new. And I'm going to say total review for user post author. So it's an SQL query. From table will be the .cct for our review. Where clause is going to be post author ID. In my case, is going to be mesh space author ID. Compare is going to be equal to. This is going to be post author ID. Then type is going to be numeric. I'm going to group result or group by mesh space author ID. Then scroll down and include column only mesh space author ID. Include calculated column, I'll toggle it, add new. The column is going to be mesh space author ID. Mesh space author ID. Function is going to be count. And that's just it. Then I'm going to add the query. So I'll refresh, I'll reload this single post page. So I'm going to scroll down and we'll impute our new query. This 4 here is the total review for this current post, but we want the total review that this author has on the website. So I'll click on the spanner icon. I'll delete this. Click on the dynamic tags. Scroll down to dynamic JetEngine, dynamic function. Select the function SQL query result is going to be count mesh space author ID. So it shows that this user has total of 11 reviews on this website. So I'm going to effect these details on the user public profile as well. So I'm on the editing page of the public user profile for users who can post on the website. So I'm going to click on this rating, come to dynamic function, and make sure we select the right query column. So it's going to be average review rating column. So if we check, you see that nothing is working. And if we preview, you see that it's showing 0. Now to actually make sure that it's not working, we need to check on the actual profile page of the user. The user, for example, here is Marcus Rosso. So I'm going to reload and we'll see that it's still showing 0. That's because the query which we created is meant to work for the post single page. So we are going to create a query that will work for the public profile page template. So I'll go back to our query builder, and what I'll just do is make a copy of this, then also make a copy of this total. I'm going to edit this. Then I change this to so that there will be difference in, I'll know which query is which. I'm going to say current object ID. I'm going to scroll down, and this is the only adjustment I'll make here. Delete this. Make sure it is object ID for current context. So I'm going to update query, then go back to query builder and also do the same for the total review count. Edit, scroll down, going to be object ID, object ID for current context. I'm going to update the query. Then I'll come to the editing area of the user public profile. I'll reload it. So let's try out our freshly created query. I'll come to this rating, click on dynamic function, come to the query column, then I'll select the one for current object ID. So we see it showing as 0, never mind. Just click on update, then go and check the actual public profile page, reload. So and you see that it is working. Also, we are going to use that for the star rating as well. I'll click on the spanner icon, select the proper query, which is the one for current object ID. So I'm going to update. I'm going to reload this actual public profile page. And you see it works also as well. Let's also check for this. I'm going to click on this count. What we are working on is a dynamic function. I'm going to close this, click on dynamic tags, come to JetEngine section, go to dynamic function, click on the function SQL query result. I'm going to select this copy. I'm going to rename it to current object ID. I'm going to select this copy, and that's just it. I'll click on update. Then to check if it actually works, I'm going to reload this page. So as you can see, it works. That's why we have 11 as the total rating count that this post author as a user on this website has received. We are going to create one more query, which we will use to display the review listing that is ascribed to this post author. Currently, we have a total of 12 reviews submitted on the website, and 11 of those reviews belongs to this post author, Marcus Rosso. If we create our query to display the review that is pertaining to each post author, our example here, this user easy should not have any review being displayed because there is no review that this user easy has received. To do that, we're going to go back to our query builder. Then we'll add a new query. I'm going to click on Add New. Then I'm going to name it Query Review Listing Post Author. The query type is going to be a custom content type query. From which content type? Next page review. Status is going to be published. Then I'm going to scroll down, come to the query aspect and add my query. The feed is going to be main space author ID. Compare equals value is going to be current ID. That is the ID of the post author. So it's going to be current ID. Type is going to be numeric. That's all we need to set. Then I'll click on add query. I'll come to this public profile editor area. I'm going to reload it. Having refreshed the page, we can use our newly created query. I'm going to scroll down to the listing, edit it, come to the custom query tab, toggle on custom query, then I make sure I select the right query. The query we're going to select here is query review listing post author. So as you can see, the no review listing is displaying for easy because he hasn't received any review. However, if we refresh this Marcus Russo public profile page and we scroll down, recall that Marcus Russo has a total of 11 reviews which he has received. If we scroll down, we'll see that we actually have 11 reviews being displayed for Marcus Russo. And that's it for this tutorial. Your feedback on this video will really be appreciated. Leave your comment in the comment section of this video. And if you like the video, don't also forget to hit the thumbs up button. It will help the YouTube algorithm to boost this channel. I'm Easy Ozzy. See you in the next video. Thank you.